Okay, hi guys. So I thought that we could work on some linear equations. The first one, so it's 7x plus 9 equals 23. So to try and find this out, we're going to try and get this x on its own. So that's the whole goal, okay? Because we need to find out what this is. Because it's saying 7 times something plus 9 equals 23. So one way that we can get this on its own is if we move this plus 9 over onto the other side. So that means it would be, the new equation would be 7x equals 23. We're going to move this. When we move this plus 9, it becomes a minus. So it's going to become minus 9. We can do 23 minus 9. That's going to give us 14. And then we've got 7x. And remember, our main goal is to get the x on its own. So now we've got 7x equals 14. We want to get this on its own, so we go x equals 14. And remember, this means times, so 7 times x. So we're going to move this over, and this is going to become divide. So 14 divided by 7 will give us x. So x equals 14 divided by 7 is 2. Okay, so we're going to substitute it back. This 2 that we're saying is the answer. I'm going to put that back to see if this is correct. So 7 times 2 is 14. So 14 plus 9 equals 23. And is that correct? Yes, it is. So let's try another one. Okay, so this is our next one. 10x plus 2 equals 72. So 10 times something plus 2 equals 72. So as I said before, we want to get this on its own because that's what we need to work out. So we're going to rewrite the equation. So we're going to move this plus 2 over here. It's going to become a minus. So we can get this 10x on its own. So 10x equals 72 minus 2. So then we can rewrite it as 10x equals 72 minus 2, which is 70. Now, we can get the x on its own because remember this means 10 times x. So the opposite of times in is dividing. That's going to become a divide. So x equals 70 divided by 10. Therefore, x equals 70 divided by 10, which is 7. And let's substitute it back into the original equation to see if we're correct. So 10 times, so if x equals 7, 10 times 7 is 70, plus 2 equals 72. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Well done. Let's try another one. Okay, so this one is 8x minus 2 equals 46. So 8 times something minus 2 equals 46. So what we want to do, get the 8x on its own because we want to get this at the end on its own. That's what we want to work out. So 8x equals, this minus 2 is going to move over. It's going to become a plus 2. So 46 plus 2. That now becomes 46 plus 2. That's 48. And then 8x is going to be here. To get the x on its own, obviously we said before 8 times x is what this means. So the opposite of times in is dividing. So it's going to become a divide. X equals 48 divided by 8. So then x equals 48 divided by 8, which is 6. Let's substitute this back into here to see if we're correct. So 8 times 6 is 48. Minus 2 equals 46. Is that correct? Yes, it is correct. Well done. Let's try another one. Okay, so this one is 1 plus 6x equals 19. So we want to get this on its own, the x on its own again, okay? So we need to get rid of this side. So, we need to get rid of that 1. So 6x equals, we're going to move this. This is actually a plus 1. We're going to move that over to make it a minus. So 19 minus 1 19 minus 1 is 18. And then 6x will just be copied down here. We want to get this x on its own now. So x equals 18 divided by 6. So x equals 18 divided by 6, which is 3. Let's substitute it back in and see if it makes sense. So, yeah. Right, so 1 plus 6 times 3 is 18 equals 19. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Okay, so by the way, this is a +1 because any number that stands alone, like 1 or 2 or 3, it's all positive numbers. These are all positive numbers. So yeah, anytime you see a 1, you always assume it has a plus in front. A number like this got a plus in front anyway, so it's a positive number, a number which you have to add. Alright, let's try another one. Question is 34 equals 6 minus 4x. Okay, it's the same as before. If you want to, you can just make it 6 minus 4x equals 34. Same thing, you've just turned it around. If you feel more comfortable, then just make sure you copy that out accurately, and that's fine. So we want to get this x on its own again. Okay, so minus 4. It's minus 4x, not positive, it's minus 4x equals 34. We're going to move this plus 6, there's a plus here that we can't see, an invisible plus. Move that over, that's going to become a minus. So 34 minus 6 equals, so 34 minus 6, we 28. So minus 4x equals 28. So we need to get this x on its own. So x is going to equal 28 divided by minus 4. So x equals 28 divided by minus 4, which is minus 7. So let's substitute this back in to see if that is correct. So 6 minus 7 times 4 is minus 28. So you put minus 28. Bear in mind that negative and another negative equals plus. So yeah, 6 plus 28 equals 34. So let's see if that's correct. So 6 plus 28, does that equal 34? Yes, it does. So let's continue. Okay, so this question is, my problem is minus 29 equals 3 plus 4x. So as I said before, if you want to change it so that the equal sign is where you're usually familiar with it being, you can just change it. So 3 plus 4x equals minus 29. Right, so we need to get this x on its own. So 4x equals minus 29. This plus 3, we're going to move it over, it's going to become a minus. So minus 29 minus 3. So this becomes 4x equals minus 29 minus 3, which is minus 32. So minus 29 minus 30 minus 31 minus 32. So if you're going back, taking away minus 3. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So that's how you get that. So x now, if you want to get it on its own, obviously opposite of times in is divided. So x is going to equal minus 32 divided by 4. So x now equals minus 8. So let's substitute it back in to see if it makes sense. So 3 plus, so 4 times minus 8 is minus 32. Plus and a minus equals minus. So let's see if that equals minus 29. So minus 32, add in 3. So well, adding 1, adding 2, adding 3. So if you add 1, so if you add 1, that's going to be minus 31. If you add 2, it's going to be minus 30. And if you add 3, it's going to be minus 29. So that's how you know you're correct. Well done. Right, 7x minus 6 equals 50. Okay, so we want to get this x on its own. So we need to get rid of this. So 7x is going to equal 50. This minus 6 is going to move and become a plus. So 50 plus 6. So yeah, 7x equals 50 plus 6, which is 56. So then x equals now 56 divided by 7. So x equals 8. 56 divided by 7 is 8. So substitute this 8 back in now, see if it makes sense. So 7 times 8 equals 56 minus 6 equals 50. Is that correct? Yep. Okay, so well done. All done. Let me know if that helps. Bye.